Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm doing this video today because there is a post on my Fortress Monastery blog that I did a while ago about archival pens and their uses, such as doing purity seals. If you'll even see that. And free writings on scrolls, which I don't have here, but like if there's a model with a scroll on its chest, like a scroll work on its chest or shoulder pad, you can write on there easier than painting it. And for doing stuff like I did here on the model, on his feet, the leg armor parts, and on a shoulder pad, making the model look cleaner and more complete. Now you can achieve most of this stuff, most of these stuff, I guess, or results is a better word, a more mature word. You can achieve the same results with paint and diligence, and using all the techniques that like wet blending or dry brushing or stuff, and shading and blending the colors together. So again, and washing in inks and going back over it. It doesn't really take that long to do it that way, and you can achieve everything that way. You can freehand it that way, write letters that way. But I'm not that talented when it comes to painting for stuff like that. I can achieve some of the effects that way, but like I can do purity seal stuff, the writing on purity seals with black paint, and I guess I could with enough patience do the shoulder pads and stuff. But that also comes with inks, like getting to recessing the legs and then repainting the legs and keeping the ink area. I don't have that kind of time. Not time, I shouldn't say. I don't have that kind of patience for most to doing it on all my models. But yeah, I could have done it on this guy because he is an HQ, but I plan to redo him anyway. Excuse me. But all the stuff, like I'm painting Belial up slowly, and I'll take my time and do all the best I can and use all the skills I know on him. He's a special character. I mean, this is a count status, but that's not a count status. That's going to be actually Belial. Anyway, what I'm saying is you can do it without the archival pen. But if you're going to be batch painting stuff, or you just forget to do it, like on this guy, I just didn't think of doing it because it's gray. And I didn't really think of leaving black in recesses, and that's why I went back over it with the archival pen. That's kind of what the archival pen is for, in my opinion, on these models. So these are archival pens from a company called Micron. You can find these in art supply stores like Michael's, Arts and Crafts, and stuff like that, or whatever you have in your area. They come in a variety of sizes. I have a full set of them with all their sizes that's by this company. I only use these two. 005 is the smallest I can find, and it's pretty small when you look at it. I mean, that is pretty tiny. And that can get into everything. That can do everything on your infantry models. It can do the purity seals, it can do the leg, it can do the shoulder pad, everything. The 01 is a little thicker, and it's but it can still do the job. It can do purity seals, it can do some of the more the less fine work, like the shoulder pads it can do, but it'll have some trouble getting into the smaller parts of the armor plating. And they work rather well. They stay on, they're waterproof, fade resistant. The only thing is they're kind of finicky, I've found, on paint, drawing them on paint, and or sometimes I just stop or won't do it. But I find if you coax it by doodling on paper and making it like the ink, make sure the ink in it flows well, that it'll draw on it no problem. And it works for a variety of colors, gray, you can do it on reds, like, or like freehanding stuff, like actual names you can write on it, a little bit easier for people like me who can't really write well paintbrushes and paint. So that's fun. My friend Helios Raven at Helios Raven's Nest, both his blog post title, both his blog is his name, like mine's Fortress Monastery, his is Helios Raven's Nest, and also the name of his YouTube channel, turned me on to Gundam markers and Gundam pens. And those are these things. This is this type, and then you have this other type. And you can get these at conventions, or if you go on the Amazon.com and search, Gundam marker. I came out of nowhere. or a Gundam pen, you'll find it, and that's where I got mine. I got mine from Amazon. This one is like an archival pen, but see it says for plastic model kits, which makes me think when I use it, I haven't used it yet, but when I use it on stuff like our models, it'll be more friendly on it and draw better, even though they're painted. You can see its tip is very fine. It comes to a nice point. I think it's kind of got like paint pen style quality ink, but the fineness of the 005 archival pen. I'll use this one. I'll use this for the same stuff I use these guys for. Now you got these things, which are Gundam markers as well, and these come in a variety of colors, including blue, which I don't have here, granite gray, or just not granite gray, charcoal gray, a very nice deep charcoal color, and then you got green, pink, black, white, and red. I think they come in one or two other colors, maybe a brown. I don't remember offhand, but these things are nice. If you see on here, if they'll focus, that yellow line is from one of the pens. The yellow one. You can see here it's a paint pen. The tip comes off, and then see if it'll write again. You kind of draw, and then it takes some time to dry, I would imagine. Yeah, see, it has to dry like paint. It's not an ink, it's a paint type of thing. So you have to be careful when you use it. And then, but what would you use it for? Well, I have some ideas, which is why I got it. Set markings on Tau, for example. I'm using a Shova set. I'm playing with Farsight and his Farsight Enclave. So I haven't painted any set markings on them because I made the excuse that not for part of the Tau. They stopped doing set markings, so I didn't have to do them. But when I paint Farsight, I want to put his markings on, and I'm going to put some markings on the suits I have now on the vehicles. So I plan to use the white one for that. So you can use the other colors for other set markings and stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, hear that? That's these Gundam markers. You have to shake them up a bit. You can also use these on tanks and vehicles, which, you know, are tanks mostly. Like anti-grav tanks on walkers, super heavies, Titans. It offers you a certain level of control that some people have better than with brushes. So actually draw on maybe some symbols, some kill markings, some heraldry on the tanks, or whatever. I can use the reds and the whites for like in the black or the black archive pen, but these two to do Grey Knight logos and stuff on or heraldry on tanks or on the Grey Knights. And it's nice because you can freehand. If you're like me and not good at freehanding with paintbrushes, you might be a little better with these. You can do symbols, writings on the tank, script work on scrolls of different colors. You can make your own campaign badges for stuff for your rhinos or your land raiders. You could even freehand some like Dark Angel symbol or the Deathwing symbol, or Prison Fists, Imperial Fists. You can on bigger like surfaces that are flatter, and yeah, I think overall it may take some getting used to using it, but I'll let you know when I do Farsight or film on my Devilfish how it turns out. But I think they can work rather well especially for step markings and doing your own symbols and freehanding stuff that you might not be able to do with paints. Again, everything can be done using your paintbrush and paints that you have, but I'm not good enough with the paints, at least not yet, to really do that, and that's why these markers, like archival pens and these paint pens and Gundam markers, will help you cheat, if you will, for a little bit. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little insight if you didn't know about it. If you did know about it, sorry to bother you, or waste your time, I should say. I hope you weren't too bored. So yeah, until next video, take it easy.